What is going on, fellas?
What's going
What
on?
it
What's going on?
go?
Let's fucking go. Hey, man,
Well,
I'm fucking excited for this week. Nasty, I know you are too. Glad to have everyone on the podcast this week. Nasty's back, and we even got Mitch back on the show. And once again, we got a new special guest on tonight. The boy H Mac is here to talk a lot with us. So, Hunter,
What's going
welcome,
on,
my
fellas?
friend.
Yes, sir. Very excited to be on here. Honored, honestly.
It's going to be a good time. I know we got a good segment for you tonight. We're going to talk to you a little bit about your professional career a little later, and you know, have a good ass fucking time and have you around for all the picks and talks at 288, and even cover this fight night we just had in the past, which we're about to jump into. How's y'all's day going so far?
good, man. This is gonna be probably gonna be my favorite episode yet. We got our first fighter on the show. We've been talking about this since day one. I'm stoked. This dude's straight out of Atlanta. This is gonna be an awesome fucking show. We got a dope ass card coming this weekend too. At that,
Yeah,
let's get it.
All right, fellas. Well, let's go back to this past weekend. 280 or not 288 fight night recap. We had Yadong versus Simon. Or what'd y'all think?
Oh my gosh, man. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I put my money on Simone. I know he's a power puncher, and I knew he was about to bring it. But man, did Song come out here with them power punches and get it done? Jesus,
Dude, you ain't lying,
Yeah.
man. That was one of the best striking fights of the card for sure. But it just looked like Yadong was just his striking just was superior to Simone's striking, and then the power behind his punches just it solidified it ultimately.
It was pretty wild how many strikes they threw. I'm sitting here looking at it.
I mean, he literally forced Ricky to take him down. Like that was the only way that he was going to try to win was to get him to the ground, but Yadong wasn't allowing it. He just got back up, controlled the striking battle, and let him go and knocked him out.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Simone would actually get him down. That dude has tree trunks for thighs, dude.
Right?
I thought he was definitely gonna get it out. Like,
I love
but 2
some
for
good
9.
tree thighs.
Exactly. 2 for 9, though. I'm looking at his takedown attempts and only 51 seconds of control. I
That's not
definitely
good.
wouldn't have bet on that one.
Yeah, that's not good at all. I mean, if you're only controlling, like you said, 9 takedown attempts and you're only getting 2 with only 51 seconds, that just lets you know that Yadong was getting up as fast as he was getting taken down ultimately.
Exactly.
But a couple of other fights on the card, we can start. I'll start from the bottom and kind of work our way back up. I know we just covered that one, but DeLima, I thought that he did a hell of a good job with his leg kicks, man. He pretty much set the tone right off the rip. I think he fired off like 9 or 10 leg kicks within the first like 3 minutes of the fight, which let Acosta know, like, brother, I'm gonna hurt you. And then the whole rest of the fight, he just controlled him with the leg kicks, the distance, and ended up getting the decision. So I thought it was a good fight by him.
Yeah, that is a big ass fucking dude, man.
Yeah, he is big.
It's the Brazilian Dave Batista out here.
It's like
He
the
looked-
athletic butterbean.
Dude, Butter being the legend.
That's exactly what he looks like, man.
That's great.
Yeah, I want to see more of him, man. He's got a face that, he could do something big. He's a fucking heavyweight. There's room in that division. Looks pretty good.
Is there room though, or is there
I
room for
think
him?
there is,
Yeah.
man.
I'm just kidding.
I
No,
mean,
there's plenty of room. That top 5 in the heavyweight division though could get real shaken up here coming up. So who knows about that? So, and then the next fight on the card, Padilla and Arosa, man. Padilla, man, watching him fight, man, his striking accuracy at the beginning was great, and then he ultimately finished the fight as fast as you could watch it. But his striking was very accurate.
That is definitely the most accurate punching I've seen in a while. I'm looking at his stats right now. Jeez. Looks like Arosa threw 5 leg kicks, and if I remember correctly, Padilla countered off one of them and just teed off from there and landed pretty much everything.
Yeah, he had that overhand, just the boom, and then he just came in and bow, bow, bow. I mean, they called an early stoppage, I think, but again, early stoppages can be kind of bullshit sometimes because when a fighter gets knocked down like that, all it's taken is that fighter to get on top of him and finish the fight. So the ref stopping the fight, I'm not mad at. So people calling early stoppages, it is what it is. But Padilla was going to finish that fight. The way, especially the way he started it and the way he knocked him down, that fight was over.
Absolutely.
So,
And that was Padilla's first UFC fight?
I believe so, actually.
Yeah, it was.
shit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
First
and
debut in the UFC.
He's fighting a vet.
And he looked good.
Damn,
Does that to him, I know.
Yeah, he looked real good.
that's sick.
The second fight, though, personally, I felt like this next fight, Vieira versus Brundas, was one of the most well put together fights on the card as far as like skill level, and both of these guys went back and forth all the way in the first round and even some of the second round. But I feel like Vieira, his recovery from getting knocked down, when he got knocked down, and his recovery to get back up and then get the takedown on Brundas to finish that guillotine choke was or the arm triangle. I'm sorry, was nasty.
I
It was
think
good.
that fight was pretty expected if you go to the ground with Rodolfo. I mean, he's just that dude on the ground. So if you go on the ground with him, you gotta really be high level. So
But even Brundas, like his power behind his punch, like he landed a solid knockdown, which almost finished the fight. But
He did, man.
Rodolfo recovered, and then for some reason, I don't know why Cody tried to put him in the guillotine choke and drop him down like you said, like a guy like Rodolfo is not a guy you want to go to the ground with and try to
exactly.
grapple. So for him to do that was pretty stupid in his part, which ultimately landed in his loss. So
Any Brazilian on the matter, like, well, why would you do that? Brazil was all over this card, man. They won from top to bottom. It was nuts. I would never go to the ground with one of those guys.
have you watched a lot
All
of?
of them have major control too. That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, look at what we got next week. Gilbert Burns. I mean, let's go.
Ooh.
Dude, what a
Mhm.
fucking monster. I could talk about him for 20 minutes straight. Dude, I think he fought less than a month ago and he's already fighting again. This is nuts.
He has a lot of fights this year so far. So, but we'll get into that a little later. Vieira, that guy. I mean, not Vieira. I'm sorry, but Barola. He's a scary looking motherfucker.
Straight up prison.
He looks like a yeah. I was about to say that.
He looks like a straight up killer, bro. Like when that guy was coming out on the walk-ins, I was like, damn, bro, I would not want to get in the fucking cage with that guy. He just looks mean.
What's his neck say, man? It's like it says free. What does it say? Like free spirit or some shit? I don't even know.
I don't know, but he's got a throat tattoo. That just tells you right there that this guy's fucking crazy.
Calling
Yeah,
out
dude.
Derek
His
Brunson.
the team name that he trains with is Fighting Nerds.
Fighting
No
nerds.
way.
I swear to God.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude,
I
yeah,
love
dude,
that.
he's only
I
lost
wonder what that
one
is in
fight,
Brazil.
Do what now?
So I'm looking at him right now, and he looks. That's middleweight. So
Yeah.
looking like I don't know, maybe a slightly skinnier version of Apollo Costa.
Oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's he
Yeah.
kind of does look like Paulo Costa in his picture too. If you take a quick glance and then look away, you could definitely see that.
Super in shape for that middleweight class, dude. He might be a major problem.
Oh, 100%. The only downside that I had that on my notes for him was he seemed to leave himself vulnerable a few times just with his head open. Like he didn't have his guard very tight when he was striking, so he could leave himself open for some strikes, but he ultimately finished the fight. I think he was the better fighter in this one, but if he got into a fight with someone who's, in the top 10, he could take a knockout. So he needs to work on that a little bit.
He caught out Derek Brunson.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
That's a banger.
It is a banger, but it's Derek Brunson. Is Derek Brunson like, is he still there?
Is he gonna last more than one round with cardio?
That's what I'm
No.
saying. Is he still there?
Absolutely
You
not.
know? So like, maybe not Derek Brunson, but let's throw him up against Jack Hermanson. Well, Jack Hermanson's got to fight, but even somebody, man, I don't know. There's so many good middleweights, to be honest.
Dude, he's
He
on an
could fight.
11 fight win streak, man. I mean, that's something.
I mean, he'll get a decent fight next, I would assume, especially after the performance that he just had. Because what was his ranking going into that? He was unranked, right? He wasn't even in the top
Yeah,
15.
unranked. He's on a 4-fight win streak in the UFC. So at 14-1, he's definitely getting a top 10 opponent.
Top 10. Let's give him Dolidze. Let's give him Roman Dolidze.
Hey,
Number 9. I like
let's
it.
go.
I like that.
it.
And then to finish it off, like we said, hell of a performance by Yadong. That was just, I mean, he's gonna get a good fight next. I think personally, who I would like to see him fight, and you guys could pick who you like to see him fight. I would love to see him either get Piotr Jan or Cheetah Vera next.
Oh, Cheeto Vera would be nice.
I like the Cheetah Vera.
Because that would be a rematch for him, right? Because he's already fought Cheeto once, right, and lost.
I think so.
No, I'm
So
sorry. He lost to Corey Sandhagen. That's right.
Yep.
So, but I think Corey Sandhagen is going to be one of the next in line for the belt if he keeps performing like he did in the last fight. But I would love to see him get Cheeto or fucking Piotr Jan. That'd be a good fight. I need to see Piotr Jan get his redemption. I don't.
Absolutely.
Is he going to?
No.
Is he going to?
I really hope so. Because I was having this battle with myself and how much I dislike Aljamain Sterling. And if you look at Piotr Jan's, just his record in general, who he's fought, he has fought every single top 5, the best of the middleweight division, his whole career, pretty much.
Yeah, he has.
And then you look at Aljo's fucking record. He's fought Piotr Jan twice.
2 losses.
But Piotr Jan, but it's arguably that disqualification was bullshit, that Piotr Jan could have been winning that fight.
I mean, he says, ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But the stats are the stats. He's lost 4 out of his past 5 fights.
Yeah, I know, and I need a redemption because even the Sean O'Malley fight was questionable, even though Sean O'Malley took the W. But Piotr Jan,
then get your ass in there and fight him,
man. Fuck yeah, I'll beat that little midget's ass.
Let him get an easy win. Let him get an easy win.
Yeah,
right now, I think right now, unfortunate that it just happened. This would be for Song Yadong right now. Would be a TJ Dillashaw matchup right now, but unfortunately for him, he's out of here for a little bit. So, but that would definitely be a fight that I would match up at this time frame if he was still in here.
Yeah,
and I know who you're rooting for too.
Exactly.
Would you root for Dillashaw?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got some answers to the questions later that might have to do with him.
Okay, Mr. No Elbow, love it. I mean, Mr. No Shoulder, got it.
No shoulder.
No shoulder. Mr. No Shoulder.
Let me go get this last bag, even though I don't have a shoulder, and then retire.
And then don't get me started on the fact that it took Aljamain almost 2 rounds to beat a guy with no shoulder.
Man,
he goes at his own pace
because he's a scrub.
You think Dillashaw's a scrub?
No, Sterling.
He hates Sterling.
Okay.
Sterling has the most awkward, like unorthodox style I've ever seen. It's like I'm not a fan of it. So I agree with you with that, Joel.
I mean, I don't know. I to be honest, I haven't met someone who's like, I love Aljamain Sterling. He's my favorite fighter. I really don't.
I will tell you this though, he's starting to strike a little bit more, and then he'll start getting I'll start swaying his way if he keeps striking a little bit. I'm not gonna be those fan of those wrestler guys. I just can't do it.
I mean, that's a similar thing to like to Izzy though. Like Izzy had a couple boring fights, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, he's getting to be a boring fighter," and then next thing you know, he gets this whole redemption to his career with Pieta and all this nonsense, and now he thinks he's King Kong, God of the universe. But
yep.
Yeah, he's doing the most on social media right now, man. But I mean, it does feel good to finally get that dub he's been wanting forever.
Yeah, but imagine if you're 3-1 against a guy and still bragging about it.
Joel,
let
me give you a stat real quick. Aljamain Sterling hasn't lost since December 9th of 2017.
Yeah, and he also has fought in every single person that Piotr Jan's fought and either had a worse fight against him. Don't even start. I don't even want to get into this.
I see. I know the decisions that he's got. I mean, a lot of decisions. But
can we just agree that Peter Yan was absolutely destroying him in the first fight?
Thank
he was.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like,
Yes.
That DQ was
wasn't even a question.
bullshit. Oh, he
I'm
would
not
have.
saying he wasn't, but you can't do that.
I was there for his second fight though. I got to see the second fight live. That was pretty fun. That was a pretty good thing to see.
Oof.
What is it? Bellator or one where that knee would have been legal?
One
for
Yeah.
sure.
for
Soccer
sure.
kicks, all that.
Yeah, you could knee somebody. I mean, I don't think you can definitely knee them like while they're down, but like I think you can definitely knee them in different positions than you can in the UFC for sure.
Yeah.
But well, all right, man. Anybody want to add anything to this card? I know the prelims were not bad, but nothing too much to highlight in the prelims.
Yeah,
Yes,
nothing
sir.
there, man. I didn't even watch the prelims, to be honest.
You didn't watch the prelims?
No.
I skimmed through it, but we finished the card with 3 finishes in the last 3 fights. All right, no, we're looking at 4 finishes in the last 4 fights. So
Yeah.
can't go wrong with that.
No, you can't. I mean, especially for a card that you think's going to be shit, and then it turns out to be, pretty decent when it comes to finishes. Can't beat it. Well, shit, guys. I guess we'll jump right into it, man. First of all, Hunter, I want to say thank you, man, for jumping on with us, letting us, get a chance to speak with you about your personal fighting career. This will be our first fighter we've got on the show, so I know me and Nick were really excited to have you on, man. So I'm gonna let Nasty start it out and kind of talk to you a little bit, and me and him will kind of we'll combo it, and then if you want to add whatever you want to add to this, please feel free, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, man. Well, I want to first off, thank you so much, dude. This is definitely going to be my favorite episode ever, and we're going to keep this momentum going. And this is just huge for us right now. So I just wanted to ask you a couple questions, man. Where are you from? And just tell us a little bit about yourself.
From right here in Loganville, Georgia, Walton County. If anybody is not familiar with Loganville, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Born and raised here. Still here. Still doing everything that Loganville and the surrounding places has to offer. Training, sports, all the things that are still here. And I'm a busy man, very busy man.
I feel it, man. I heard you're a semi-pro kickballer. Just kidding. So how long have you been fighting for, man? And where do you train at?
So my first day of training, I was probably 8 years old. My dad put me in a boxing gym. Well, it was Eagle kickboxing, but I went for boxing. And Master Brown, he's probably right now, he's probably like 88 years old, still training guys. He can still throw head
Wow.
kicks. The dude's crazy.
What?
But
That's awesome.
yeah, my dad grew up doing he didn't fight professionally or anything, but he did some amateur stuff. So got to watch some videos of him, and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. He stuck me in there, and my first day of training put me up against a guy that had 3 fights already, and obviously my very first day of training, and dude blooded my nose like in the first like 3 seconds. And the coach was like, "Are you good?" And I remember just looking at him saying, "I'm good." And he was like, "You're gonna make it." So I don't know, just that little thing that every time I look back when I fight or training or something, I look back at literally that moment. Like he told me, "You're gonna make it," and I'm sitting there like losing, about to cry, no nose busted. So yeah, man, it's been a journey. So
Yeah.
you did my fault. You did ask me what gym. So I've been around a million different gyms. So I went to Eagle Kickboxing, and then switched over to Gornet Training Academy with Mir Dadovic and OC Abenois and all those guys. The Lima brothers were actually there at the time. So I was
Damn.
switching off between them and GFC, which is Georgia Fight Club, which was in Grayson. So spent there probably 5 years. Switched over to X3 for the past 4 years and been bouncing around. I hear you're up there in the Marietta location there, Nick. So I need to, next time you're around or anybody up there, I definitely need to come over there and see what's up.
Dog, that is so sick, man. Yeah, I'm actually I'm at the West Midtown one a lot, but I haven't been there in the past like month and a half. I'm doing this crazy fucking Ironman next month, actually in 2 weeks, and I'm just ready for it to be over with. So I have no strength. I'm just literally so skinny right now from doing all this fucking running. But besides
Dude, those
that, man,
Ironman things, wow. But I've been like, toodles to you for the Ironman thing. Jeez.
Yeah, it's tough, man. But I see fighting's in your blood, so that's awesome, dude. We got to get this Master Brown, dude. I doubt he knows how to work a computer if he's that old, but that would be so fucking sick, dude.
He's
Don't
probably
worry,
got the
I can
flip
teach
phone
him the
anyway.
Discord ways, you know?
I mean, shit, you taught all of us, so hell
Right.
yeah.
That's funny.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, Exeter's a good little place, dude. That's awesome you're over there, man. I think all those guys are pretty much badass over there. They have one of the best jiu-jitsu teachers, pretty much the Southeast, I think.
Oh yes, absolutely. X3
Rodrigo.
has killers in every location too, so you can't go wrong wherever you go visit for that day.
Absolutely, man. That's what's up, dude. So, are you mostly? I know you've been all over the map with MMA. You've done boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai. What are you strictly doing right now? Are you doing full on MMA? Or are you just sticking with Thai?
Strictly with Muay Thai, have been for the past 3 years. About 3 years ago, I did get a fight matched up for MMA, but the dude pulled out, and I think that was a sign for me. I've been battling a shoulder injury since like sophomore year of high school, so really doing the MMA thing wasn't for me because as far as the jiu-jitsu and defense for like kimuras and different things like that, I couldn't really defend it correctly. So I went in there for MMA fights pretty much as a striker and took some losses for it, that's for sure. But definitely made the switch over to Muay Thai and have been running the table for that for sure.
Yeah, I noticed that you had mentioned that you were what 5-1 in Thai, right? And you've won what 2 Thai championships?
Yeah, I'm 4-1 in Muay Thai and 1-2, and one was in a tournament where I fought twice in one night, and then won the other title off of a one fight title. So
Nice. That's awesome.
God damn, that's fucking awesome. We got a champ in the house, guys.
Jan's
Let's
here. We all right. We all right.
I love that.
Oh man. So who would you I know so you have a huge Thai background. We actually have a really cool Thai fight coming up over here with Rod Tang. But besides that, dude, who would you compare your striking to, man? I love fucking Thai. I think that's the most badass unused skill in MMA right now. I barely see anybody in the UFC use the clinch like they did 10 years ago. Like
The
it's
most the
nuts.
most underrated thing that you can do in a fight is the clinch.
Oh,
That and
100%.
wall work, which is essentially wrestling and clinch work at the same time. So you get somebody for a round doing wall work or clinch work. I don't know very many people that won't be tired after that. So very underrated. Something that everybody needs to work on and do.
Dude, I agree, man. What do you fight at? What weight?
155. I started at 145 as I was coming up a little bit skinnier then. As I got my dad bod and got a little bit older, moved to 155, did a little 170 at one point.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Joel over here used to believe it or not, dude, if you see him now, man, you would never realize that this man used to wrestle 125.
No, Joel.
Yeah, dude.
No.
I'm a big one now,
Oh
bro.
my
I'm about good
god.
205, but in high school I was wrestling 130, 35, 40, 45, 52.
Yep. So let me ask you this: with all the wrestling experience that you have, did you wear your earpieces or headgear, whatever you want to call them? And do
Yeah,
you have cauliflower ear?
I don't have cauliflower ear. I was at almost to the point of having it, but I didn't end up getting it. So luckily I saved my ears through my long career of wrestling, but I started wrestling when I was 5. So it was a hell of a journey for me, but I got into some trouble back in my high school days that kind of took my wrestling to a separate area. But
Oh yeah,
if I could
I've
get
been in
back
a few
into it, it's
little
like
trouble myself.
yeah, it's like riding a bike though. If I could get back into a gym and get back in there, the wrestling hasn't gone anywhere. The jiu-jitsu hasn't gone anywhere. Striking would have to be a little, it would have to be a little worked on, but I have no doubt in my mind I could get back in there and pick it up real quick. The cardio would be the issue, to be honest.
Man, I swear, if I that's the one thing that I regret the most is not doing wrestling heavy. Even younger age, never did that. In middle school and high school, always got offered by the coaches, but my weights were just so off between football and wrestling. I never even like thought about doing it. But if I would have done that, man, I would be so much farther in my career.
Yeah, that was the one thing about me and Nick too in general, because when I was younger, me and him we've known each other now for coming up on what, 20 years, Nick?
Yeah.
So, and I started wrestling before I met him, and he started wrestling later on, like 7th or 8th grade, right, Nick?
7th, yeah.
7th grade. And then by the time we got to high school, me and him were one weight division separate. So he would always wrestle before me, and then I would wrestle right after him. And we were best friends throughout our whole life. So it was just awesome to have that back-to-back moment, and we'd always hype each other up going into fights. We'd punch each other and shit right before we'd go out there, and just it was a lethal back-to-back duo. A lot of people would be like, yeah, fuck these two guys, because we would go out there and go back-to-back, and it was that was one of the best moments of my high school life, was just being able to wrestle back-to-back with him, to be honest, and have a training partner who was only a few pounds different. So me and him trained, like we trained together, we fought together, we wrestled together. We always had each other's back when it came to fighting and wrestling. So
we fought together.
Fought together a lot.
I was saying we were in trains. I'm just kidding.
That is a best case scenario, bro.
I know.
Have somebody like that in anything, really. That's awesome for you guys.
No,
yeah, sorry,
sorry,
Hunter. We just shadow boxed and wrestled around in my bonus room.
We turned the lights off and just threw punches, and whatever happened.
Oh my god!
Oh no way! That's gangster.
Oh,
yeah,
I remember.
Night
I remember nights at my old house. We had this hardwood floor, and me and Nick every night would wake my parents up because we would be knocking over couches and wrestling in the middle of the room, trying to submit each other, and we would not stop until somebody choked or choked each other out or almost broke each other's arms. And my mom would come out and be pissed off.
So let's clear the air here. What's the record between you and Nick right now?
Oh, we're even.
We're even.
I'd say right down the middle, man. I'd say right down. I'd say
Nick, don't be modest or humble here.
Yeah.
Just give us the rip. We know you whooped his ass. Yeah.
I got him by a few.
Got him by bullshit. We used to host fight night tournaments, though. I don't know if you guys did this as friends, but we used to have like a group of like 6 or 7 people, and we would host fight nights in the front yard, and basically host tournament style.
Backyard.
Yeah, we would just fight each other until the last person standing.
God, that was insane.
Some big guys back there battling too. My mom was like, should I be printing out a waiver or something? Like,
yeah. I mean, you had some awesome 250 to 275 guys out there throwing with 185 pounders. There were no weight classes.
No, that's fucking awesome. But we trained. When we first started doing MMA, there was a gym called Hard Knocks. It was in Kennesaw. When it first opened up, that's where we trained out of, and then it closed down, I believe.
Yeah, man. The believe it or not, fucking the Steiner brothers from WCW, Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner, fucking bought that place and like put on a huge, great team over there, man. But so much shit happened with the trainers over there. Like Mateo the Pitbull, Mateo Cutbill, man. He was our head Muay Thai guy.
Yep.
And yes, dude. I questioned a lot of his tactics because the dude was super fucking strict on us at a young age, but it definitely worked. But like, you know, I remember years down the road just going to jail for a little bit and then looking down my cell, and I see this. They're like, dude, there's this guy named the Pitbull in here, and I'm like, no way, and it's him. And then and then our
you were good for the rest of your time. You're good.
Oh, dude, I was straight. And then our female coach was Sherry Thompson, dude, and she like, rest in peace. Something happened to her. Like she passed away like after practice one day. So it was just a lot of things went downhill with that place, man. But a lot of people went to X3 after that, and it just you really stopped hearing about Knuckle Up and Hard Knocks, like Velocity and other places like that. I don't even know if any of those are around. That is old school.
It is old school. I know Knuckle Up, I believe, still has one gym, maybe.
No, they have a few. They have one in Douglasville. They have one in Alpharetta.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn.
But I think from Hard Knocks, I believe Warren Smith was there. Do you guys remember him or know him?
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. Wait, was he a big heavyweight dude?
No, he was shorter. Fights at like 170-ish, 155. But
I don't know.
I think he went to Bangkok boxing or something.
Oh, okay.
We had another guy named Josh. I know he was like a GBI agent, and he was was gross at Thai.
Byron Bloodworth.
Yeah.
And, he's the MMA coach and jiu-jitsu coach over at the North Marietta location.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Dude, we got to get him on the show. Actually, that might be an
Yeah,
easy
we need to
thing
hit up
do.
Byron. That's been a long time. We haven't talked to him in a while.
Dude, he fought in the UFC.
Yeah,
Damn
once.
sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. I know he got bodied, but I mean, the dude was still a beast.
Definitely a beast.
Yeah,
it sure
man.
was. Well, shit, we'll keep this going, man. I know you love the UFC just as much as we do, so you have to have a few favorite fighters. So I would love to hear either if you have a top 5 or maybe your top 3 favorite fighters.
Oh man, I'll just start from the beginning. They're not my favorite now, but growing up and watching the Pride days,
Hell
which is
yeah.
essentially the guys that went to the UFC. So watching like Chuck Liddell, Rampage Jackson, Vanderlei Silva, those guys just and they're banging it out, like you said, kneeing to their face on the ground, stuff like that. That those guys were my favorite growing up. But if we're talking nowadays or anybody in the past decade or something, this is what I was going to say earlier. TJ Dillashaw is definitely one of my favorite guys. When he started going when Dwayne Ludwig got in his corner and he started, I call it the ninja style, just landing these head kicks that he sets up is just very unorthodox. And he's definitely one of my top 3 for sure. Just mainly because of that. I call it the ninja style, straight up.
I love that.
I love that name. And I love how he fucking demolished Cody Garbrandt. Be like, yo, dude, you're not shit. Get out of the UFC.
He was frisky
He was
too,
on
bro.
Roy.
Yeah,
So
I mean, Cody's
funny
still
thing
fighting.
funny thing is, Cody's actually in my top 3 too. He's gonna be right before TJ. I actually know Cody and used to talk to him in this first 2 or 3 fights. He would respond back to me. Then he got a little big for me, but that's my homie, man. He's came to Atlanta. He trained with us at a Gwinnett Training Academy for a day, and
he's got a fight coming up.
Yes, I'm hoping he played it very smart in his last fight, and I don't blame him. Definitely was not the same Cody, but he definitely needed that win.
He's got that little stutter step. He was trying to do the whole like Muhammad Ali fucking float around dancing. Like this guy.
That fight was a little off with him doing that, but it is what it is.
I'm here for the comeback for him, man. Watching him come back, he's an ex-champ, dude, and just watching him come back would be insane.
All right, so that's 2. Let's hear one more.
I'm gonna have to be the typical guy here, and I'm gonna have to go with my boy John Jones, man.
Yeah, it's not typical at all, my friend.
Nothing wrong with that.
I got to see him live fight Rashad Evans in Atlanta.
Hell
that was
yeah.
And I remember just hearing like the youngest fighter to do this and the youngest fighter to do that, and I was like, holy shit! And he looked so good to me too. I was like, for him to be so young, this is that dude, and it obviously played out.
Yeah, we can all admit, right? He's the greatest of all time, without a doubt.
Greatest, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding.
Yeah, there's no doubt of that. And I feel like Mitch told you to say Rampage Jackson was one of your favorites because that's my favorite. That's my favorite fighter of all time.
When he said that, I was like, Joel's gonna lose his shit.
Yeah, when you went straight Pride first, I was like, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's a true MMA fan because man, me and Nick, man, that was our shit. Pride, the Wanderlei Silvas, the Mirko Krokops, the Rampage, the Liddells, like those guys, man, were the pioneers of the new age MMA because you had the Shamrocks, the Gracies, those guys before. And
the boring guys.
Then the boring guys. And don't tell Nick that.
I mean, dude, watching their fights nowadays, they're hard to get through, man. I get it. I love Don Fry. Don Fry wasn't boring, though.
No, not the Don.
Dude, Ken and Frank were not boring fighters, bro.
No, man. But, I mean, a lot of the Gracies, speaking of the Gracies, dude, we actually have a Gracie fighting on the card.
288, yeah.
I've never even heard of Tron, dude. Like, that sounds like a video game.
Well, they're there's like 100 of them, so they just keep breeding and breeding more Gracies.
They spawn. They spawn in a gym,
right?
They got the reanimation jutsu on their ass. They just keep respawning. That's funny. All right. So I got 2 more things for you, and then we'll get into 289. Is there any current fighter that you would love to match up with? Either in your amateur ways, if you want to call somebody out, or just a fighter in general that you would love to fight?
Oh man. Yeah, we'll start locally because I'm definitely gonna share this and he's gonna see it. So I would love for him to hear this.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Um
Let's
so
fucking go.
Travell Miller, he was actually I call him my son. I his first day was at X3. I'm like, 10 years in, I'm way past all this. He came in with these fluffy Everlast gloves on that you look like you get from like one of those 25-cent pinch machines. So dude was awesome. Like I actually still like him now. He disrespected me a little bit, but
Ooh.
I literally showed him, how to punch, how to kick, and he's been super active. He's actually fought way more times than me, and it's crazy because he's newer to this. But he was with us and won some fights, and then switched over. And a few weeks ago, he put on a post on there. I don't know if anybody's a part of it, but I'll add you guys into it. It's called the NFC community, and it's our community for the NFC fights. The promotion that's the big Southeast over here. Um, Somebody he posted on there and was like, "I'll fight this guy at whatever weight, blah 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 blah." And all I put on there was like, "I don't think that's a good fight, just because they're like 3 weight classes, and that's it." And he commented back and was like, "You're a quitter. I've seen you quit. You suck." And it wasn't nothing crazy. It's just something that's not believable, especially not in my eyes. So yeah, and he knows it, and the NFC knows it. He's got a fight lined up, and he's got some other things going on. But later in this year, definitely towards the end of the year, I plan to make my return, and I pretty positive it's going to be against him. I hope he accepts it. But yeah, it's definitely going to be him. And the official call out is now, Travell. If you're going to listen to this, would love to fight you at the end of the year.
Hey, over the
I know you're out.
octagon, y'all heard it
You
here
got.
first.
I know you got.
That's it.
Hey, he's won some titles too. So
Should be a good
this
fight.
is this he's the champ now, I believe, and I'm still sitting there at the #1 contender. So it's going to happen regardless. But that's my belt, and I'm going to take it.
Let's
love
fucking go.
I love that. I
Come
love that.
on.
There, that's what I'm talking about. Well, then that kind of leads into my next question. We would love the chance, me and Nick, and we can get Mitch along because I know you and Mitch are buddies in real life as well. So I would love the chance to get to be present for your next fight and possibly document it for the podcast, for the Overs Club, and kind of continue to promote you with us as well. So I would love the chance to get to know the dates and the time, so me and Nick can be there and support you and cheer you on.
Absolutely. So I'll go a little bit farther. I'm gonna take this logo. I'll put it on my shorts and put it on my banner and stuff like that. And we ain't gotta talk about it, but we'll call it a sponsorship. But there's gonna be some major VIP tables that are up front, and if you guys were to do that for me, shit, I'm buying those tables for you guys, and you guys are coming for free and making it happen.
I love that. We will 100% be there without a doubt.
Absolutely, man. Are you guys still fighting? Are you guys fighting at a district? Is that the venue you guys fight at now?
So that was I'm not sure if they're going to continue that. I know they were talking about some different licensing and stuff like that, but
Okay.
it's definitely going to be local enough for everybody to come. And man, you guys come do that for me. Wow, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, man,
Dude, we're gonna fucking shout out to you. Yeah.
We'll definitely be there without a doubt.
I don't have a date, don't have a month, but I go ahead and tell you that I'm getting back in shape now, and I'm going to take a few months to get right. So later in the year, it's definitely going to happen.
Shit, sounds good to us.
You heard it fucking here first, baby.
Love that.
Let's go. Yeah, right. Best episode yet. Let's go.
Well, hell, we'll let you. You got anything you want to ask me and Nick? We've been bugging you with questions. I'd love to hear if you have anything for us.
I've kind of scooted around some of the things I was going to ask you guys with the wrestling and stuff like that. But Nick, what is I'm assuming what I heard, I believe, was you're more of on the jiu-jitsu side, and I'm guessing Joel for you as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, well, dude, I'm actually scooting away from jiu-jitsu, man. I taken this like last month and a half off, dude, and I'm just focusing on this, and then when I'm done with it, I'm coming full in, dude. My buddy's been fighting in this. It's crazy, dude. I've competed and stuff, but I've never actually had a real boxing match, right? And I don't know if you've heard about it, but like Have you seen these promo tapes for Buckhead Boxing Club?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've been to a few of them, witnessed them.
Dude,
They're pretty nice.
dude, they do the weigh-ins. You come out to a dude playing the drums with your song and everything. This shit is fucking legit. The production they're doing is insane. My buddy Eric's been fighting in it, dude, and he's been doing very well. And I was like, you know what, dude? I've seen a lot of these guys go out there and fight with it. I was like, fuck this, dude. After I write like 3 goals every year, and I was like, you know what, dude? I am gonna compete one more time, dude, at least. And I'm gonna box by the end of this year, dude. I want to do one of their whole entire fight cards, and I just want to go out there and just fucking bang, dude.
So does is the Buckhead Fight Club fights, are they not sanctioned and they don't go on your record or what?
I'm not sure, man. I got to figure out. I think they are sanctioned, man.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they had a sanctioned body, and some of the guys I knew there went on their record. So what you're telling me right now is your first fight back is going to be a boxing match.
Yeah, just cause fuck it.
That is awesome. I've only had 2 of those, and that was a junior. So kudos to you. I know the boxing game is very corrupt, so I never like really wanted to go into it, but no,
Dude, yeah.
stuff like that. Buckhead Fight Club and local guys, you're not going to get corruptness. So fucking enjoy that, man. Let me know. I'm going to be there. Shit, I'll document you.
That's great, man. That's awesome, man. Well, thank you for that. And one of these days, dude, I told Joel, I was like, man, you can always get a free weekend in X3, bro. I know it's hard for him because he's a father and everything, and he lives all the way out in fucking Hiram and
Alabama.
shit. Yeah, I
Damn near
mean,
Alabama,
God,
yeah.
dude, last time I was at his house, I was like, let's order pizza. He's like, nobody delivers here. And I thought he was fucking with me the whole time. No, dude, no, you can't deliver. Nobody fucking will deliver you a pizza there. I was like, dude, this sucks. I'm just kidding. I love your house, Joel. But yeah, man, we'll get Joel back out there one day. And yeah, man, this is a dope take. I'm glad you came on here. And then let's get to this 289, bro.
I've been ready for this too, man. Hey, Hunter, thank you so much for doing this for us, and glad you're gonna stick around for these picks for this card. So we got 288 this week, not 289. I don't even know why I put 289. I think I even had myself confused because 289 is gonna be Nunes versus Pena, 9? I feel like
Almost.
so. But nobody cares about that. The co-main of that card is all that anybody ever wants to watch anyway. So, but yeah, we'll jump right into 288 and we'll kind of just bounce around and kind of make some picks. Early prelims. Anybody on the early prelims that you guys like or want to headline? I know we got Parker Porter on the prelims versus Braxton Smith. I like Parker Porter a lot, so that's going to be a good fight for him with a guy making his debut in the heavyweight division.
So
Yeah,
let's see.
man.
I
You
have
got
a few fighters that I've trained with and see on here, but continue. I'm looking at some of the guys that we can continue talking about, but
I'd like to see Drew
let's
Dober get a dub.
Oh yeah, and
Dude.
see what I hate the fact is Drew Dober's headlining the prelims. Like, put the man on the damn main card,
That's
man.
where, yeah.
deserves it.
Come
Deserves it.
on,
Absolutely.
bro. Drew Dober is a guy. He's gonna put on a show. He goes out. He bangs every single time he goes out there. This guy deserves it. I mean, dude, his knockout over Bobby Green, phenomenal. Terrence McKinney. Oh my God. I'm glad he knocked out Terrence McKinney.
I agree.
But Bobby Green's a gangster, man. I love watching Bobby Green fight. And that fight against him and Dober was a stand and bang. That's what Drew Dober does. He stands, he bangs. But Frivola is good. So
He does the exact same thing.
he
Stands and bangs.
He stands and bangs. So this is gonna be one of those fights that's gonna be the same thing. Who's gonna get the other one first? But I like Dober. I think Dober has the upper hand. He's got the chin of a god.
Yeah, dude. Do you remember when he fought Islam like 2 years ago, dude?
No.
He yeah, I swear, man. He
Yep.
fought Islam, and dude, he lasted a minute with him. He looked great in it, dude. I mean, the third round he got fucking subbed out, but the dude's fought beast. I mean, he's on a 3-fight win streak. I would love to see him do some damage. I've been a Dober fan, dude. Like, I fuck with him.
I just hate
So
the
do
fact
I.
that he's a prelim shoddy, you know? He's a fight night prelim shoddy. I hate that, man. It's like a Sean Strickland, dude. I love Sean Strickland, but he's a prelim or he's not a prelim, but he's a fight night guy. You know, you don't ever get to see Sean Strickland on a pay per view like all the time.
I can't even see. See, bro.
Yeah.
So Pavlovich is a fight night guy, Joel.
No, Pavlovich is going to be the next champ. You know.
Well, he's on fight
Hey.
night. Ooh.
I mean, dude, I see that. He that dude's a beast, man. He is good, dude.
No, I don't think he's going to be the next champ if Tom Aspinall has anything to say about it.
I was waiting for it.
But as of right now, while Aspinall recovers, yeah, man, let Pavlovich go up there, let John Jones retire, let him fight Cyril Gahn for the interim, and let's see a new face.
Yeah,
that was actually my I said that a couple weeks ago. They need to have Cyril Gahn, Pavlovich, co-main Jones, Stipe.
I love when they do that.
See, that's some real tournament type shit, man. That'd be awesome.
It's almost like when they just did with Islam Volk and Yair and Josh Emmett, you know?
Yep.
Love shit like that. But the main card is not bad. I know we had
Joel.
What's up?
I got one more for the prelims.
Okay,
Marina Rodriguez, 4-fight win streak.
Oh yeah, Verna. She's fighting Verna.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good fight, honestly.
Yeah, I'm hoping she gets this, and then we can get her on the main card. And
because Verna's coming off of that big win against Angela Hill, so for her to get that win was huge.
Marina's getting old.
Yep. You know? So this could. I mean, any kind of women's division needs a little bit of shaking up every once in a while, you know.
Absolutely.
I cannot go for Verna just by looking at her eyes. So,
dude, it's a hard thing to look at, right?
Dog,
man.
Dude,
she's got my eyes, bro.
Yeah, I was you look like Zero from Holes, dude.
Nasty used to say that that the only reason I won wrestling matches is because people couldn't look me in the eyes.
Dude, I could never.
Can I tell you that I got a confession to make? All these years that I've known Joel, I didn't know that about him because he always had his glasses on.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah, he didn't know it until I showed him the other day at Buffalo's.
He took his glasses off, and I was like, I don't know where you're looking now.
You have tinted glasses inside?
No, I have a lazy eye.
No, I'm saying like he took the glasses off, so I figured you had the tinted glasses on inside.
No, my glasses are just strong. They just keep it straight. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand the science behind it. I never questioned it, man. But like, even the smallest amount of Mary Jane will make those glasses not work. And this dude, it looks like Krusty the Clown, dog. It's great.
God dang it. I didn't know we were going to go all the way out on that one, but fuck it. Oh, and another prelim fight that's going to be real good too is Devin Clark and Nezhukwu. I don't even know how to say his last name, but I'm going to go with that. That's going to be a good banging fight. Like those two guys are going to stand and bang as well. I think Devin Clark could potentially get it if he can take him down, but if Kennedy lands a good strike on him with his height and weight, like the height difference, that's going to be
Kennedy's huge, man.
The height and reach different. That's going to be nuts. But Devin's going to have to wrestle him, to be honest. It's the only way he's going to win.
We've covered him before, right? Devin Clark. He's fought recently.
Yeah, he fought recently. But in the main event, man, we starting off with the Gracie, 5-1 Gracie against Charles Jourdain. I love Charles Jourdain. I like the way he fights. I like his style of fighting. And the Gracie, we know how they are. They're submission guys. He's going to try to work that submission, or he could be a striker. I don't know how his background and what his record really is. This will be his third fight. He lost against Cub Swanson. So
Cub Swanson, no way. He was still fighting?
Well, he lost against him, so that tells you one thing.
So just a little recap on that fight. Crone was like jumping for like heel hooks from standing positions during that fight. So,
oh geez,
that's the kind of fight we were getting.
He's one of those guys.
Dude, Cub Swanson, man. Remember back in the day, wasn't he like a beast in WEC?
Yeah,
he was a monster.
So he was a beast in the UFC, but he got his freaking jaw broke, and then he had to wear like wire in his jaw for like months, and he ain't been the same since.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I loved him, dude. I loved him a lot. I loved Carlos Condit. All those guys they put together from the WEC, man. They had some beasts come out of there.
I
Some
do
good
think
ass fucking
I think
fighters.
Jourdain has the advantage though in this fight. That's my pick for this fight.
Yeah, I take that
Absolutely
too.
picking him. And I'm looking at it's crazy because looking at Gracie's stats, his takedown average is not even one. So
Yeah, exactly.
what's up with that? So this might be a little different than what we expect.
Well, if he stands and bangs
Jeez.
with Jourdain, that's not going to work out for him.
Over with.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then the next fight, we had an unfortunate event. Bryce Mitchell is now off the card.
Thug
So
nasty.
Thug Nasty's off the card. He was going to have a great fight against Ivalov, and now we get Diego Lopez, who's stepping in on a 5-day notice. That's not good.
Not good, but a huge size difference here. So if he
There
can
is.
stay on the outside and do what he does, I think there's something that can happen here.
You think he's just going to have to just work his distance, almost like we saw last week against
He's gonna have to catch him because Evilov, however you say his last name, is super active. So he's gonna have to stay on the outside and just have to catch him.
I feel that.
because I would have like Bryce Mitchell. This was his redemption fight, but Evilov's undefeated, hasn't lost yet in his professional career. This is his how many
It's like
fights in the UFC?
10 or 11, I think.
Jesus.
I mean, and you're talking about a guy you hardly have really heard about, but no, this is his 8th fight. This will be his 7th fight in the UFC. So he's 7-0 in the UFC. His most recent win was over Dan Ige, all by decision, though. I hate that.
Yeah, all decision. Wow.
That's the
don't-
fights where I get way too drunk watching, and then it's boring.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
like that at all. You might be
Yeah,
right on this. You might be right. That size difference might make a huge advantage for a guy who just goes the distance, might not have that power behind his punches.
Hey, a win over Dan Ige though, that is major in my books. I'm a huge fan of him. So
Yeah, Dan Ige's great. So
that's gonna be a banger. If I'm putting money on it, obviously I'm going with the undefeated fighter there.
yeah, you kind of have to. I think I don't know what the odds are currently on that. Let me see if they've gotten odds on that. Actually, FanDuel's doesn't even have that up yet. They still have Bryce Mitchell
Oh.
versus him right now, and even Bryce Mitchell was the underdog by plus 215. So
If they do a
Wow.
little prop bet for the bettors out there, that Mobzar will get at least over 5 takedowns.
Ooh, okay.
over 5 takedowns, huh?
Over 5 his past 2
He's
fights.
close to it as an average.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
gonna be
and-
hard on a guy that's 5'11". That's 5 inches taller than him.
I mean, last fight he was 9 of 16 on takedowns.
Jesus.
And the fight before that,
I mean,
He
you're right. He's
was-
got a 50% takedown accuracy. So
Yeah.
for every other one, he's taking them down. So you could be right. Over 5 takedowns. I mean, if I wish we had. Let's see. It's not going to tell me because it's against Bryce Mitchell. I'd love to see what the odds were on that. Yep, it doesn't give me the
just
option.
a little prop bet out there for the degenerates.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm thinking I
my
like that.
Yes.
I'll tell you what though, my wallet is coming out in these next 3 fights. That's for damn sure. So
Oh, let's
Ooh.
go.
third fight on the list, we have Jessica Andrade versus Jan. That fight is going to be good, but I think Andrade is going to just pinpoint her ass with striking. It's going to be a tough fight for Jan to win.
I agree, man. Andrade, dude, I liked her. She's been doing good, but she did lose to who could be an upcoming champ. But this Jessica girl's she's got crazy. I like her combinations, dude. She's a great fucking tight fighting striker and stuff. And I thought she was gonna have a title shot coming up soon, but
We'll see.
what's her name? Jessica
Jessica Blanchfield was the one who beat Jessica Andrade, but this is a new weight
Yeah.
class for Andrade too. So I think this is down the weight class, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh no way! She's dodging the feds.
Flyweight to strawweight.
Yeah, so she went down a weight class, and now she's getting Jan right off the rip. Which, yeah, I mean, I hate because she's big. She's gonna be the bigger fighter. I mean, she's gonna have to cut, which is gonna suck. But She apparently is good with the weight division. I like Andrade's style of fighting. She's a hell of a boxer. The way she connects and the way she's accurate, like her accuracy is great. But Jan's performance against Mackenzie Dern was not bad either. So, I mean, it could go either way. I'm going to put my money on Andrade. I'm going to put my money on a decision, but I don't. It could go either way. I don't see a knockout coming though.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's her third fight this year, and she's cutting. Like, God, I don't know.
Wait, you don't think she'll take it?
No.
I don't know, man.
She's a pit bull, man. At any moment, she can land that. She is an absolute pit bull.
Dude, Andrade's dirty, bro. So my money's on her, but I do like Jan as well. I wouldn't hate to see either one of them win. The odds right now are in favor of Jessica at -200. So it's almost a pick'em fight, but
Jan did lose to our girl Marina Rodriguez. I'm looking at it now.
She did. So
split decision, so close.
You got to really pick your battles when it comes to knockouts and submissions when it comes to the ladies. I mean, these guys are both strikers. So the possibility of them getting that submission is very unlikely, and then most of their fights go to decision. So that would be my bet. But Jessica Andrade, I mean, she could submit you and knock you out. So I don't know with the cutting weight and everything if she's going to be able to get the finish just based on what I saw in Jan's last performance, but I wouldn't be surprised if she knocked her out.
I would feel comfortable with putting her in a parlay. That's all I'm going to say.
I would as well.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Fuck you, Mitch.
All right, my bad. I'm sticking by my shit, though.
This next one right here, man. So I need help with this, guys. You already got, I think we all know who we're going for, Joel and I. But I need to see why there's so much hype behind this Muhammad guy. I know his record's good. I know he's fought some decent fighters back in the day, but like, do you guys, what is so special about this guy? Like, why? I know he's the number 3 fighter, but why? Why is he ranked number 3? I don't fucking understand it.
Hunter, you can go ahead and talk about that.
Well, just looking at his last few fights, I mean, you got to give him that ranking. I mean, look, he's on what are we on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fight win streak.
God.
Some of these guys are a little iffy with ranking wise, but to win, he lost to Vicente Luque early on in his career, and I say career in the UFC career, and then come back and beat him. I think Vicente Luque I thought he was going to be a champion at one point.
I agree.
Beat a former champion, Stephen Thompson. I know I know people have been getting W's on him. So, dude's battle tested. Very boring, but he's battle tested. He deserves it.
Okay, cool. Do you guys remember the Edwards fight? It says could not continue. Do you guys remember why that was? I have no clue what happened. He fought Leon.
I think it was an eye poke.
Yeah, eyes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Leon Edwards poked him in the eye.
That was 2021.
And if I'm not mistaken, when you look at his picture, his right eye, but on our left, when you look at it, that is from that fight.
Yep.
Damn.
So
I'm going with Gilbert.
You have to. I mean, the guy looked almost unstoppable in the octagon in his last few fights. I mean, yeah, he beats Masvidal. He demolishes Neil Magny. He loses a controversial loss against Chimaev, which in my opinion, to be able to go toe-to-toe with a guy like Khamzat the way Gilbert Burns did just shows you how much lion heart that guy's got inside of him, you know? And then Wonder Boy, dude, I love Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy is one of the best karate fighters in the UFC. And then he loses to Kamaru Usman via TKO. So, but Burns just has that. He just has that in him. He's fought these guys. He's fought the best of the best. And I think it's his time to make that last run for the belt.
He's going for the belt. He is, man. We're gonna see him get a shot. He's fucking earned it more than anyone in this division. Colby Covington needs to just kick rocks, take shots of hot sauce, get out of here, dude. I mean, there's room in this welterweight division, man. Like, I see this is going to be Gilbert Burns' run right now, man. I see him getting a title shot by the end of the year. That'll be like my hot take, dude. It'll be announced like November, December. He's going to get a title shot, and
I
it'd
mean,
be fucking
if he
badass
wins this, he
in
will.
Atlanta. And if it happens in Atlanta, that'd be fucking insane. So we're overdue. And
Wow.
if you see Gilbert Burns in Atlanta twice, Joel,
Damn.
that would be fucking sick. I'm doing it. I'm buying it. We're going.
I have a crazy scenario that could happen that would just define his career because he's such a dog. He is the backup fighter for Colby and Leon. One of them can't fight, and he fights for the championship.
It would be Colby Covington's bum ass.
Oh
Yep.
my god, dude!
And he-
Okay.
Would that not just be perfect for his career?
And then he wins.
Yes,
That is
and he wins.
super deserving if it
100%.
happens like that.
I would love, dude. I'm telling you, just the way he is, I could just see that shit happening. 2 weeks notice, he just comes in and whoops ass.
Yeah, but let's be
God, I
real
love
here.
watching that guy fight.
There's some hawks coming in that division, though. You got Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Top shot, dude.
You got
Ooh.
Jack Della Maddalena.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, you got some guys in that division who are up and coming, which are gonna shake some noise here in the next year. I love.
Oh, yeah.
What's your thoughts on JDM, Hunter?
Ooh. Man, I don't know. He's I think he's a freaking monster, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
He's fucking
yeah,
good.
like there's nothing else to say about him. I think he's an absolute monster.
He's fun to watch, man.
A guy like
Yeah,
him
well-
and then a guy like Ian Gary are like my two like favorite up and comers.
Dude, Ian Gary, his striking is so fun to watch.
So fun. Yeah,
But while we're still here, before we move on, I will say this. I'm just going to go throw this out here. I think he was beating Kamaru Usman in his fight before he took that loss. And I think he beat Hamzat.
I
So,
agree.
just
I
gonna
don't
throw that
disagree
out
with you.
there.
Dude, I
think it's
love that.
I think he's gonna hold the belt. I think those should not be L's. He should already have the belt, honestly.
Dude, he's been fighting forever, man. I'm
And he-
surprised
He,
like
doesn't
at his
even
age.
look that old, bro. He looks fresh as can be every time he walks out.
Yeah, I think he was fighting at like 18 years old on like such a fucking huge platform. Like the dude has been I swear, he's 36. He's 30 fucking 6. What?
Almost like Jorge Masvidal. Remember Jorge Masvidal had fought for God. He had been fighting martial arts for years, right? Like 20 something.
Yeah, but
years.
Jorge's a trash can. Gilbert Burns is actually good.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that.
this is true.
Fuck
This
yeah.
is true.
I love that, dude.
Gilbert Burns actually beats good people, not a guy's second UFC fight and gets a lucky ass knee. God, I fucking hate that.
He fought Ben fucking Askren. Like, let's just put this out here right now. Worst trade in UFC history goes to the guy we're going to talk about later in Demetrius Johnson for Ben Askren.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, 1000% is the dumbest thing the UFC has ever done.
Dumb decision. But anyways, last fight of the night, Sterling Cejudo. We have a returning Cejudo off of many years of not being in the octagon versus Aljamain Sterling, who's very controversial champion in my opinion. So I want to hear what you guys think, and then I'll kind of throw my 2 cents in there at the very end.
Gotcha, man. Well, I'll start it off, dude. Cejudo hasn't fought in a while. It's been like 3 years, right? But the thing is, he's been active. The guy's always been training. I mean, he helped out with the John Jones fight. He's one of the best wrestlers to ever like walk in the UFC. The dude's a beast, man. He's beat some great people back in the day, dude. Like TJ Dillashaw. He's beaten fucking Dominic Cruz. You know, but the thing is, like, I'm worried about this fight for one reason. If I were to bet money on this, I would actually say Cejudo's going to take it. The only way I don't see him taking it, which I'd be kind of skeptical on this betting on this, is because, dude, Sterling, that striking, dude, the weird striking he's like doing now. If he keeps the distance with Cejudo, does not let him get anywhere near him, it's done. But I mean, if Cejudo does what Cejudo does and just smothers him, and I mean, if he does what the old Cejudo does, it's definitely him all day. this could go either way. This is scary watching someone come back. And the thing is, like, if he comes back and wins, like, what does he do? Is he back fighting in the UFC? Like, I mean, he's the champ now. Like, there's a lot of variables here that are tricky to call.
That is a good question. I think he stays. I think he gets. How old is he? He's 36. Oh, that's kind of iffy as well.
Yeah,
Right?
and Sterling's
Um,
still young.
I do think if he wins, he at least defends one more time. I think we'll see him again.
Almost like a John Jones scenario.
Maybe so.
Definitely, man. And I mean, if he stays active and loses, I would love for him. I know this is a weird take, but Joel's like, "What's your hot take this year? This episode?" I was like, I would love for him to fight Demetrius Johnson. They fought before. Watching those two, they fought twice before, dude. Like, seeing them fight again in one would be sick. So that's your boy's take right there.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I mean, you never know. You never know.
That would be so wild, man. So wild. Especially him being a wrestler, because you can take knees to the face and you can take soccer kicks. That's going to be a different fight in one. That's for sure.
For sure, man. And if he can't win in the UFC and he still wants to be active, go to one. Go to one.
I agree.
True. What you got, Mitch?
Mitch, what you got on this fight? Yep, I'm going to go at the end.
Oh, I think I'm going to take a wild take here and go Sterling third round knockout.
Yes, sir.
And I know that's wild, but Cejudo coming back. He's not. He obviously his wrestling is elite, but
elite. You mean Olympic gold medalist?
I know,
elite?
But it's not. I know, but this isn't John Jones coming back.
Yeah,
the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but do you know what John Jones wasn't? An Olympic fucking gold medalist in wrestling.
Oh my bad. He just beat Olympic gold medalist's ass, didn't he, Joel?
Dude, Cyril Gahn's a scrub.
So a Sterling third round KO. I bet that the odds, if you look that up, is probably ridiculous, because I don't think Sterling has very many KOs.
He does not. He's a decision guy.
But Henry Cejudo is 5'4". I don't give a shit. He's a short little shrimp ass.
Yeah, he's a 5'4" Olympic gold medalist.
I don't care, dude. I wouldn't do anything to him because he whooped my ass. But
5'4", dude.
So Sterling to win by TKO KO in the second or third round is plus 2,800.
Yes, that is major.
To win by TKO KO in round 3 or 4 is plus 3,400.
What's the reach
Hail Marys?
What is the reach difference in this right now, man? Like, how big of a mismatch with height and reach is this? Is this insane?
It's about a 6-inch reach advantage, about 7-inch reach advantage for Sterling.
Jesus, I mean, the knockout's definitely possible then, dude. I mean, if you dude, it's definitely if he has any sort of sprawl in the game, just sit there and just backpedal the whole time, man, and just connect with the counterpunch. I can see it happening.
So Vegas odds right now have Cejudo as the favorite at minus 115.
I think that should be correct.
So I do agree. I'm gonna go ahead and say my piece. You, Hunter, you said you wanted to go last, so I'm gonna let you. Cejudo by decision is my choice. I think this is gonna be a battle, a hell of a good battle, but it's gonna be a lot of time spent on the ground, in my opinion. I think Cejudo's gonna get him to the ground and be able to control the way the tempo of the fight. And if Sterling can't play his stand-up game like he wants to, it's going to be a long, dragged-out fight, which I hate to say that, but I could see it potentially being somewhere along those lines. I don't think it's going to be a banger like we think it is. I think Cejudo knows. Cejudo's one of the smartest fighters in the UFC, in the UFC history. Like, his IQ level when it comes to fighting is just top-notch. Hell, he supported and helped train John Jones in his camp for coming back. He was the one who showed John Jones how to finish Cyril Gahn like he did. So Cejudo's not one to just, overlook how smart he is. And he's probably studied so much on Aljamain Sterling that if Sterling doesn't come up with something new, Cejudo's going to be able to control the tempo of the fight. I think it's going to be a drawn-out fight. I could see it going 5 rounds, and I could see Cejudo taking the decision.
Well, I get it.
I like it, my little turtle dove.
Ow. What you got, Hunter?
All right, let me I'm gonna go ahead and just make my prediction. I'm gonna go Cejudo KO or TKO early rounds. When I say early, 1 through 3. So
Oh shit!
the reason I'm saying that is Sterling likes to lean forward and kind of play like this, like a Nick Diaz type game lately. So I think that Chin is going to be leaning forward in one of those situations, and I could see Cejudo landing that some type of overhand, some type of it's going to have to be because he's taller, obviously. So I'm thinking that Sterling kind of gets a little cocky with his little game plays that he likes to play, and I think Cejudo catches him early.
I wouldn't hate it.
Mm.
All right.
That's a fucking badass take, dude. I would love for that to happen. If that happens, Hunter has to come back every other week or every week.
Nick,
I'm telling
I
you,
don't need
he
you
leans
switching
so
up.
forward.
I would
He
switch up.
leans
I
at
would
least
switch.
a foot forward, like over his front toes. Like when he does that stuff, it's at least a foot. So I'm thinking that Chin's gonna get hit.
All right.
Okay,
So
okay. Good takes, boys.
Now to finish this off, I want to commemorate it with a over the octagon 5-pick parlay for this coming UFC. There's 4 of us in here. Majority wins. We'll start from the bottom. We'll go to the top, and we'll make an over the octagon parlay of the week, and we'll hammer that bad boy. We'll start at the bottom. Gracie Jourdain. I got Jourdain. Let's keep it.
I like Jourdain.
Jordan.
Nasty Jourdain. All right, Jourdain money line. Evolov Lopez.
Got to go
like
Evolov. I don't like the 5 days
Evolov.
notice.
Lopez.
Well, majority decision. Evolov.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Andrade Jan.
Jan.
Oh, I'm going Andrade.
I'm going Andrade.
I'm getting voted out there.
All right. Muhammad Burns.
Burns.
I think we're going around. I think we're going round table on this one. And then last but not least, Cejudo Sterling.
I'm going Sterling confident. I'm going Cejudo confident. I messed that up. Cejudo confident.
Cejudo confident.
Let me preface this because I know that I already said Sterling, but that was just to make some people some good cash for the parlay. I'm going Cejudo.
I'm going Cejudo also, man. I'm going to. I mean, I hope it doesn't, but it's going to be boring if Cejudo wins. But I mean, unless we do that knockout that we called, so let's pray for that.
All right, so this is one of the first times I've ever done this. We went 5 straight favorites in this fight, but I don't think it's too crazy because these favorites are not outrageous. A lot of these are minus 200 and plus 200 and below. So not really very outrageous on this parlay. Should come out to be a pretty decent money. Let's see what we're working with here. I'm going to put this guy into FanDuel's real quick and let's see what we got. We got Cejudo, Jourdain, Evolov, Andrade, and Burns. Comes out to be plus 860. Put your money where your mouth is.
Not the greatest, but I'll take it.
I mean, 100 pays 860.
What? Let's fucking go.
I mean,
I like it.
All we need is 5, baby. But all right, man. Well, 288 in the books. I love what we just did. I love going over that. I think we got a couple of announced fights that we can quickly go over. I know we've been on for almost an hour and 20 minutes, so I don't want to hold anybody too long. But we can just headline some fights, and if you guys want to add some hot takes or anything like that in there before we get finished, please feel free. A couple canceled fights. We had Jack Hermanson out against Brendan Allen. Kind of upset about that. That was going to be a good fight. Davison Figueiredo out against Manel Cape. Mad about that. And then obviously Bryce Mitchell just got canceled against Ivanov. But a couple announced fights. Your boy Cody Garbrandt, Mario Batista. That should be a really good fight. Vinces Luque versus Rafael Dos Anjos. We finally get to see RDA back in there.
Yep.
Michael Morales versus Max Griffin. That should be a good fight. Brennan Allen got a new opponent. He'll be fighting Bruno Silva now. And then recently announced today, I like this fight a lot for one. I hate this fight for the other. Neil Magny versus Phil Rowe. I hate the fact they're setting up Neil Magny for failure, but Phil Rowe is he's gonna dominate that fight, in my opinion.
Phil Rowe is my boy. I see him probably once a week.
Phil Rowe?
Yeah, that's my man.
Phil Rowe's awesome, dude. I actually love watching him fight, but I hate it for Neil Magny because he's just getting the treatment now. This like they're pushing him out just pushing him out.
They are, man.
Which kind of sucks. But
yep.
Ultimate Fighter comes this month, May 30th. We finally get to see McGregor back on the screen again. And then another announcement, I saw Paul Craig's moving to middleweight.
Okay.
Anything else that you guys might have seen that I might have missed in some MMA news?
I mean, the bare knuckle fights. I know it's really not MMA, but that was
bare
a pretty
knuckle.
good. That was pretty fun to watch this weekend. Who knows, Conor McGregor, if he can't come back and fight. I mean, I have no clue if they're drug testing these guys. So if they're fucking not drug testing these guys and letting them dope the fuck up and fight bare knuckled, I'm gonna be a huge fan because I love how big Conor McGregor is, and if he's fucking juiced up and fighting with no knuckles, I mean, no gloves on, this could be something dope. And you know, he pretty much they already want him to fight a couple people out there. You're seeing a lot of these ex guys fight. So I mean, it was a pretty cool weekend, man. I'm ready to see what the fucking this organization is all about.
Just to clear that as well, they don't test at all in that promotion. I know that from experience. So.
Oh no way! Okay, that is sick. See, I mean, that's
Mike Perry's a dog, though.
Mike Perry did. God, that'd be cool to watch, man. So who knows? You know, that Mike Perry Luke Rockhold fight.
Yeah, that's why people are getting their fucking teeth knocked out.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know, man.
That's the only thing I'll say though is the reason why I don't think McGregor would ever do it. Is he seems too much like a pretty boy now. Like,
yep.
I don't think he's
got
gonna
his veneers in.
They announced at the end. I watched the press conference for after that, and Dave Feldman said that they almost hit $1 million at the gate. There's just not enough money there for Conor McGregor. I don't see it happening ever, honestly.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I love the fact that he was there, but I don't ever see it happening.
Now, will they hit $1 million on the gate because Conor's showing his face? Probably, but
100%.
they're too low on his pay grade. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, Mike Perry's also the poster boy for CTE. So
yeah, he is.
That is true.
He's fucking nuts. we also have, I mean, I know we've been going at it for a while, but we also have ONE FC coming this weekend. Huge fights in ONE FC. You got Demetrius Johnson, could potentially be his last fight we ever see him fight in an octagon again. And he's fighting for the belt against Adrian Morales, who has beaten him already, which that's going to be a hell of a fight. You got Rod Tang fighting for the Muay Thai World Championship. A couple big names on this card. So this ONE FC card is going to be awesome. I want to add to this. I had a little crazy thought in my head. I told Nick about it before we got started. ONE FC kind of reminds me of something like if we were at like the end of the world, almost like Ready Player One, but at the end of the world, the whole world revolved around a fight tournament. And that was how you became rich or wealthy, was by winning the fight tournament. But the fight tournament was fight to death.
Like Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, like the tournament of power, essentially. Like, how fucking wild would that be? And in ONE FC was the headliner. I told Nick, like, ONE FC is like a few good fighters to being just as good, if not better, than the UFC with what they do in their promotion.
Oh yeah,
people see these wrestlers and these jiu-jitsu guys in the UFC, and if that's the first fight they ever watch, you already know what the fan base isn't going to be the greatest when you see that stuff. Going to ONE FC, you might see that, but you're going to very rarely see that. You're going to see some crazy things, and if you don't become a fan after that, then you're not a fan at all.
Yeah, see, what I told Nick is I feel like UFC is for casuals, almost. Like, yeah, they have the top level fighters like ever, but if you really truly love martial arts, it's almost like listening to underground rap music versus mainstream rap music. ONE FC is like that underground version of the UFC where like you really got to be in love with each different type of fighting style to go and watch ONE FC. But if you do, you're going to fall in love with that shit.
Yep. One thing I do like that they do is Muay Thai with MMA gloves.
Yeah,
Now, that's
man.
something I would be very, very interested in.
And they host
great.
round by round fights too. Like some of them are like Muay Thai one round, MMA the next round.
Yep.
Then they kind of alternate rounds of different fighting styles, which is fucking so cool.
Like DJ and Rodtang, that was a crazy situation.
Yeah, where they did what was it, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and MMA, right?
I think they started with I don't know. I think they started with MMA, and then they went to. No, they started with just stand up. They started with Muay Thai, and they went to MMA.
Muay Thai,
And I
then
believe,
MMA.
yeah, I don't even think they hit a jiu-jitsu round. I think that was.
I think that was just the
think
MMA
that-
style round.
Yep.
And then DJ just took him down and submitted him. But
Yep.
standing up though, that's a hell of a, I think he even said it was like he was like that was like one of the toughest striking fights he's ever had.
Dude walks around with, like people say, iron chin. He is the definition of it.
Have you seen him get like just tell people to consecutively punch him in the face?
This is crazy.
Shit is
Dude is
wild.
definitely going to be retarded.
100%. 100%. Well, shit. I don't. Any of you guys got anything else to add, man? This was a great episode.
Yeah, I got one thing. What do y'all think about PFL on the verge of buying Bellator?
Well, for one, to add to that real quick, sorry to cut your question off. I just saw online that PFL is coming to a conclusion deal with Francis Ngannou. That was
so that's right
that
after the ONE FC dropped him.
Dropped him, yeah. So I just saw that a couple hours ago.
Yeah,
I don't know
saw
how
that.
true it is or how accurate it is, but I did see that they were almost finalizing a deal. And I think it has something to do with the fact that Jake Paul defended him yesterday about being all sensitive of getting dropped and not wanting anybody to pick him up or pay him. And then Jake Paul gets on there, and now all of a sudden, PFL is trying to offer him some money.
What a waste, though, because they do $1 million tournaments, and you don't. I mean, you get money per fight, obviously, but you don't win $1 million till the end. And he was already making that probably per fight when he was up there.
100%.
So, like, I think that was a super dumb move what he did.
Oh,
he was about to be the highest paid heavyweight in UFC history.
Somebody got into his head, is what happened.
Yep.
But I think PFL buying Bellator is a good move.
So they run it pretty much the exact same way. They both do $1 million tournaments. So I think that is a super smart move for them guys to join.
And PFL is going to be, they're trying to make it just as comparable to ONE FC and the UFC. So buying Bellator is going to be huge. If Bellator could just get rid of some of these old washed fighters, they'll be
well, right. I think they will once they get the marketing and whatever else out there and start growing more by combining with PFL. They'll be able to bring in top-notch guys and be able to pay them instead of bringing in guys that are past their prime.
I agree.
Yep.
Hey, let me throw this out here too. Just talking about these promotions like UFC and PFL and Bellator. I just want to add this into earlier. Rory McDonald was probably one of the first guys that I watched and loved and became a fight fan because of it. Man, watching him go downhill after the Robbie Lawler fight, going to Bellator, he did his thing there, but he started falling off. And then he went to PFL and lost that fight. And I was like, man, as one of my top 5 fighters growing up, to see that was super depressing.
And then we get Robbie Lawler fighting again in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah,
man,
against Nico Price.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a banger.
That's gonna be a wild fight. So. Well, shit, fellas. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all coming on. Like I always finish the show, got to shout out how we started everything, and that's this Discord right here, the Overs Club Sports Betting Discord. We got damn near everything you can think of in here, from stat bots to figuring out how to put your perfect parlays together. There's nothing better than the Overs Club when you want to make sports bets in general. We do the UFC side of things. That's why we host this podcast weekly, is to inform you on our picks and just highlight a bunch of MMA news. And we just have a good ass time doing it. So thank you again, Hunter, for coming on as a special guest tonight. Mitch, like always, appreciate you stepping in and being on with us as well. And Nasty, You already know what it is, motherfucker. We'll be on next week.
Definitely, man. I want to dedicate this episode to Felipe Colares, man. He died yesterday. He was a UFC fighter, man. He fought 6 times. He got hit by a bus. So this is my favorite episode we've done yet, and I want to dedicate this one to him. He died yesterday. He fought 6 times for the UFC duties. He had probably a 500 record in the UFC, but this is for him and his family. And thanks for listening, guys. Over the octagon, bitch.
Let's go. See y'all.
Yes, sir.
I've got the look that drives to go wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill, up and down, that's fine. I'm just a sexy boy.